Welcome. These are some of my favorite moments and running thoughts on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 2, Episode 9. Ooh, Uhura is running almost an old-fashioned switchboard. I've tried that a few times and it is really difficult. Even though she doesn't have to actually unplug and plug things in, that looks like a lot to keep track of. She is so brilliant. How come everywhere that I go, I'm solo, and I'm at my best unaccompanied. My whole life has been fix this and save you. Pike, what are you doing? This is Captain Winona Battelle. You better say yes, because if you do not, I'm asking her to the touristy planet. I also love a good lake. Why does he keep botching this? Pike. Right before the musical officially started, listen to the background. It really sounded like Dawn's ballet in Once More with Feeling, and I'm kind of sure it was deliberate. It felt so familiar, I actually paused, went back, and re-watched it listening, and I am sure it was inspired by it. I was wondering what the excuse would be for the musical episode. I figured it would be in-universe, like Buffy, and a subspace-fold quantum uncertainty is such Star Trek technobabble. I loved it. Also, I didn't really see the problem. In fact, I would completely move over to the musical dimension. The biggest thing that I adore about Once More with Feeling is that secrets are revealed through song. Everything the characters had been kind of hiding and trying not to voice, that was building tension, kind of exploded because they would start singing and pour their heart out, and then everyone knew really awkwardly what was really going on. So when Kirk came on board and I saw La'an kind of panic, I was like, oh, is La'an going to start singing something like, I loved you, then I lost you, my heart has been shattered, and there you stand as if it hadn't mattered. I don't know, something like that. I was definitely getting goosebumps by the end of the first song. So exciting. And then the intro being sung like that, kind of a cappella style, but also reminiscent of, oh. Can we keep this intro for season 3? Just use this one. All right, now I know that they are very aware of Buffy because we got a bunny reference. Yes. It happened multiple times, so I know it was deliberate. Because as we all know, bunnies aren't just cute like everybody supposes. They've got them hoppy legs and twitchy little noses. And what's with all the carrots? What do they need such good eyesight for anyway? Bunnies, bunnies, it must be bunnies. Or maybe Ferengi. One of the best parts was how someone like Una would break into song. And then the background people walking past would just be like, what is happening? It was also adorable that Una's first song was very Gilbert and Sullivan-like. Just the style of the music. Well chosen. I think La'an is the equivalent of Spike in this musical because her song really reminded me of the vibe of let me rest in peace. Let me take my love and bury it in a hole 6 foot deep.
I died so many years ago. You can make me feel like it isn't so.
It was deeply personal, lonely, emotionally explosive, about unrequited love. And she put a lot of raw energy into it. I especially liked the line, my fear replaced with total faith. I think I overheard her also say, my fear was staked. which might have been another Buffy reference. Battelle is singing too? Okay, Star Trek has now reached peak awesomeness and everyone can now go home. Okay, sorry, I keep paralleling things, but I am a huge Buffy fan. So Pike and Battelle are now doing the I'll never tell duet, kind of. I mean, it's a similar theme and vibe again.
Nothing to see, move it along. I'll never tell.
The best part in this version was how La'an was just like, nope. Boop. Oh no, the entire crew is now singing. And most of the fleet. So does this mean on one of the ships, somewhere out there, there's a person singing, they got the mustard out, they got the mustard out, or whatever the Star Trek equivalent is. What would that be? They reversed the polarity. I don't know. And then Uhura going, I have a theory, even though she didn't sing, I have a theory. We all know what that was referring to. It doesn't matter. What can't we face if we're together? Sorry. I also enjoyed the very classic musical La La Land moment where they were floating in the air singing with the artificial gravity basically turned off. Adorable. The minute I got a reference to Klingons, I was like, can we please get a Klingon opera? Please. And then Kirk is an expert tactician, so with him on board, I wasn't very worried about engaging the Klingons. I was more interested in what they were going to sing, which did not disappoint later on. I also appreciated how Kirk was very respectful of being a guest on board. He's incredibly intelligent and he would get excited and he'd be like, oh, yes, let's do this. And then he'd be like, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump in there. This is your ship. La'an, you take point on this, but I'm here for you. And it was really sweet of him to recognize that and kind of pivot a few times. I did not think Chapel could be any more gorgeous. And then she started singing. Oh, I think I may have melted. What a song. This is my absolute favorite. I have had it on repeat for so many times in the last few days. Poor Spock, though. A 17th century sea shanty? Stop. La'an, I already adore you. Also, can someone write this shanty, please? Let's see, how would it go? It was a beautiful scene of her talking about how hard it was to be vulnerable and how losing the other Kirk was like losing that spark of hope that she could be loved and love herself. What would the shanty equivalent be? It should be melancholic. So, go down, ye blood red roses, go down. When I saw your eyes, I knew that I could be loved, but you were taken away. Oh, when I saw your eyes, oh, when... I don't know, something like that maybe? Let's just say the room got very dusty in that scene. So dusty. Also, someone was cutting onions somewhere. And then we got a reference to Carol being pregnant. So it's like, oh, prequel to Wrath of Khan. Especially to have that moment be between the two of them. I mean, really well done planning there. I'm also glad they got this resolved between them. Got closure for La'an, and Kirk was so kind and respectful of her as well, explaining his situation. Just a really well done scene. Ethan has one of the best voices of the entire cast, so it is no wonder they gave him plenty of songs this episode. It's so soothing, and yet it feels like Spock is really singing. And good idea to pair him up with Uhura because she is an amazing singer and the characters are good friends. Smart planning there. This is also a good way of explaining why Spock was so dismissive, not really cold, but arm's length a bit in the original series of Chapel, especially in Amok time. It's because they had a relationship and she broke his heart and he's just protecting himself. He doesn't want to go there anymore. Like, she's a gorgeous, chaotic, probably bi, pixie dream girl, but moves around. She said it herself, I think, last season of, I love deeply, but, I'm not really a long-term person. And there is nothing wrong with that. But Spock, I think, was looking for a deeper connection. I'm not explaining it well, but you know what I mean. Their personalities clash. As painful as this was, I think it was the right call for both of them. Also, this is why I said trust the writers. They will get us back to TOS, and I think they mostly have. Such a lovely transition into Uhura's song as well, talking about how she absorbs all the pain, everyone calling out to her for help. How come everywhere that I go, I'm so alone? This is definitely my second favorite song in the episode. Absolutely gorgeous. I feel a lot like what she sings about, so I really connected with that song. And what a performance from her. Wow. Just wow. Absolutely stunning. The best character beat moment of the episode, I think, was this song with Uhura. If someone said you can only show one song from this episode to really show how incredible it was, I would show this one. But the finale was also a lot of fun. I was grinning the whole time. Imagine being an extra that day. They're like, okay, we're going to put you in a Starfleet uniform, and then I want you to twirl down a hallway. I also really like what they did with the Klingons, because all of us were expecting Klingon opera, right? And then they put them up, and they're doing like K-pop. I have not laughed that hard in a long time. Nicely done, everyone. Such a finale. And then the TOS music coming on in the end. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And we know what inspired all those Enterprise jam sessions that we see later. Good job, Battelle, calling Pike out again. And good job to Pike for doing his best to make it up to her and saying, let's find a compromise between touristy planet and camping that we can both enjoy. This whole episode was such a joy. I will be rewatching it so often that if it were a tape, I would wear it out. As it was, I went straight to Apple Music and grabbed the album, which I may or may not have been listening to nonstop ever since. I did some informal polling among Trek fans that I know for favorite songs. It looks like the top two are Klingon K-pop and Status Report. So put your favorites in the comments. I would love to know what they are and why. Every single day, the same arrangement. I go out and fight the fight. Still I always feel the strangest estrangement. Nothing here is real, nothing here is right. I put on a show of trading blows, just hoping no one knows that I've been going through the motions, faking it somehow. I'm not even half the girl she... Ow! Sorry. I can't stop once you start. Has somebody opened the rift to this other dimension? Because I have a problem now. It's alright if some things come out wrong. We'll sing a happy song, and you can sing along. I'm so sorry. I can't stop. How do you turn this off? Oh, right, we have to do a big group song, right? What's a song every Star Trek fan knows that we can all sing along to? Let's see. 'Cause I've got faith of the heart. No one's gonna bend or break me. I've got faith to believe I can do anything. All right, that's enough. I think we're good. Faith of the heart closed the rift. Live long and prosper.